Someone nuked Florida. See if anybody tunes into the news stream. I believe someone just tried to shoot me with a magic BB.
Should I ping the server?
Yeah.
Right, give me a sec. I switch over to my computer. I'll just ping or find it quick.
This is actually, I think, the first mage we've had in here tonight.
Oh, I can't ping in the stream channel. You will have to do that, sir.
Gangsta is the first mage. DS3 PS4 Fight Club, the squeakquel. I will admit to you boys, I have been up to some cringe activity, but I keep it to myself so it's not as cringy. I will tell you what it is in just a second.
Oh, I got pulled into another fight club. I got pulled into a different fight club.
Ooh, so Mike's probably like just started summoning people. If I had to guess.
Should I backstab him?
Yes. Alright. Alright, we got the Fight Club going again. Oh, first though, for the people that asked about my least favorite Dark Souls 2, my least favorite Dark Souls boss, probably my overall least favorite in terms of difficulty was Manus. My least favorite for fighting in a group would probably be Melania or Midir, and my least favorite in terms of design is probably Osiris from DS3. I just think he looks like a melted wax figure. And not in like a good intentional way. I think he just looks really low, like a really low render model. Like they didn't put much effort. It'd be easier if I thought about like through the games, I think. Dark Souls 1, like I said, would definitely be Manus. Dark Souls 2, my least favorites. Probably the old Iron King, because he's just kind of lame. He's got a cool concept, and he's got some cool lore, but he's pretty lame. Dark Souls 3 is probably Osiris for his look. For difficulty, well,
I threw a monkey wrench and got half everybody killed.
I'm not really sure for difficulty in 3.
Maybe Pontiff.
Nah, because Pontiff's a cool fight. Like he's a little challenging, but it's in a good way. I don't feel like he's BS. I have a hard time because Dark Souls 3 really didn't miss very much with bosses. Like for the most part, Dark Souls 3 just. I'm trying to think like Vort, because like Vort's good. I'd say maybe the tree. The tree's pretty lame. Like he's not difficult. It's just kind of lame. But even the tree's not that bad. Let me think. Ow. The mage is not too bad. The Deacons of the Deep are boring, but not the worst gimmick fight ever. Swolnir's a gimmick fight, so he's kind of lame, but again, it's not that bad. Ooh, Purple Boy went from winning this to possibly getting ready to get schnookered. Took 2 swings. Fucking Pontiff's a good boss fight. Aldrich is alright, you know. I would say, like I said, Osiris is just really ugly looking. And Gorbo is down. The Mage Man has finally been brought down. The Nameless King is good. The Wyvern kind of sucks, I will say that. The Wyvern's up there in terms of just being boring, time-consuming, and tedious.
Because you
So
have to drop attack it or sit there for like a half an hour beating on its toenail.
you gotta really give it the Manny and Petty. Nameless King's good. Trying to think. Ariandel, the champion Gravetender in Ariandel is pretty mid, but Sister Freyda's pretty alright. Even if she is like a soulsified Lady Maria, but hey, whatever. Um,
I remember the first time I beat her. I got through the second phase. I'm like, yay, I got a slab. Why do I still hear boss music? Why is there gothic chanting?
I'm trying to think too. Like I'm thinking. The old Demon King was he's pretty alright fight. Uh, the twin demons from the Ring City are he's pretty alright. Madeir's a good fight if you do him by yourself. Gale is awesome. The Soul of Cinder is pretty awesome. The Abyss Watchers are pretty alright. Uh,
Lore-wise, Gale doesn't make sense, but they went so hard on his fight too.
his fight's just awesome. I don't know, like they kind of just were really iffy with what souls can do and yada yada. But I don't know. It's hard to pick a bad boss in Dark Souls 3, honestly. Gundyr? I like Gundyr. Both versions, as a matter of fact. I actually like Champion Gundyr better just purely because of his super kick, and he's also a lot... He's just a more fun fight than regular Gundyr to me. Because regular Gundyr is kind of a free kill. Once his tumor pops out, he's pretty easy. But Champion Gundyr's pretty fun. You can see a Trent. Yorm and the Ancient Wyvern. I like Yorm purely because of the Sigurd stuff. Like, it's 100% carried by his lore. And I do like that there's a callback to Demon Sully with the Storm Ruler, which... It's an alright gimmick fight. It is pretty lame. I don't like the Wyvern. I don't like... Osiris, like, as a fight is pretty okay, even if he does just basically charge you over and over and spin sometimes, but he just looks so bad. But, and then Lothric and Lorien the Princes are a pretty good fight. So I really don't have too much to complain about DS3 except for all of its gimmick bosses and Osiris looking like a wet turd. Dark Souls 1, let me think. Dark Souls 1 bosses are all kind of BS in their own way. I think Capra Demon sucks really bad to fight the first time. Just because of how small the arena is. If it wasn't for the arena being the way it is, everybody who has fought the Capra Demon can see in their mind's eye the boss room. Everybody remembers the layout of the boss room by heart. Everybody. Taurus Demon isn't bad. Fucking Gaping Dragon's pretty alright. The Gargoyles are okay. Moonlight Butterfly sucks because you have to wait on it. That's a waiting game. Moonlight Butterfly's up there for shitty Dark Souls 1 bosses. Trying to think. Trying to like go through and think of all the different ones. I don't like the Four Kings. I don't like the Four Kings very much. I think they kind of suck. If I'm being real with all of you, I know she's like top waifu and yada yada, but Priscilla's boss fight is also kind of mid. It's kind of lame. She just does like a shinobi disappearing act and kind of walks around and half-assedly swings that side. It's not a great fight. Anything in Lost Izalith in Dark Souls 1 kind of stinks. The Isaac, Meta, with Large Father. Pretty much anything in Lost Izalith's kind of duty. The Centipede, the big ass giant guy. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Not Bed of Chaos. That one also sucks though.
Ceaseless Discharge.
Yeah, Ceaseless Discharge. He's lame. Bed of Chaos
Yeah.
is also really lame too, though. Now that I think about it. Dark Souls 1 is really just like a lot of the highest highs and the lowest lows of the Souls series. Like, You have like Ornstein Smo and Gwyn, Artorias and Sif and all these iconic bosses, and then you also have stuff like that. Manus kicked my butt, but he's not a bad boss fight. Mm. Alright, bye Nox. Izalith has to be the worst Dark Souls 1 boss. Did anyone here use the Crystal Sage's Rapier in PvP ever? No, but I did use it to farm Silver Knight ears up in Enerlando. How do you like Dancer? Dancer's a good boss fight. I think she has a pretty basic moveset. She's one of those, like, she's pretty easy because she has so few moves, but sometimes she just, like, does a weird, like, she decides to do, like, a twerk off mid-fight and it, like, adjusts the timing of her sweeps and she just insta-murders you. But when she does that, she's pretty good. And she looks cool. Music's nice. I like the Capra Demon. I don't. Seath is only annoying if you want Moonlight. But yeah, Dark Souls 1, overall, pretty good. There are some weak bosses, like I said. But overall, pretty good. There's just a few standout ones that suck. Quelaag's pretty alright. She's like the last decent boss before you get into Izalith and have to deal with all that booty. Is it Quelaag or Quaylana, the one that you fight? I think it's Quelaag.
Yeah, Quelaag.
Or Quelaag, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that was a fight.
Was that you?
Yeah, it's me. I'm the gatekeeper.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was wondering, I was like, who's using my Gatekeeper build? Any boys in chat remember the old Gatekeeper build? Max is using it right now.
Remember my modification of the Frost Gatekeeper?
You know, yeah, because the Gatekeeper was one of the last like builds I came up with. I called him the Gatekeeper because it used to be when I would run like some of Havoc's tournaments and other PvP tournaments. Guys would use that. They would use I think Max actually might have it backwards. Yeah, they would use a Yorms in the left hand, so they could shockwave you and insta-trade for poise and have really good reach. And they would use a Dark Sword in the right hand for really quick spam and like timing change-ups with the R2.
You know, you're right, I did have it backwards.
Because it looked...
That would explain why I was having a hard time.
Like, it looks more silly the way that you have it because he's holding that big machete. But that's the way it's meant to be. It's the utility. Bloodborne had some shit bosses. Yeah, but there again, Bloodborne... I think Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1 are like sister games. They are so close to each other in terms of... Like, what is quality is like the best and some of the best video gaming I've ever had. But when it's bad, it's really, really bad. It's like the same for both. It's like... One minute you're like experiencing like gamer nirvana, just like, oh my god, the music, the ambiance, the design, the voice, yeah. And then the next you're like, this motherfucking low textured ass stupid enemy in this backwater part that telegraphs my fucking attacks. You know, that was meta that you killed with the Gatekeeper, so good on you. That might even bring a smile to Gort's face if he was here. Quelaag. Quelaag's story is sad. I feel bad for killing Sif. I bet you do, Luca.
You monster.
I never feel bad for killing any of them. There's warriors on other sides of the battlefield. It's all business. Except sometimes when it's not just business. Like whenever Lautrec kills the Firekeeper. That's not business. I mean, it's kind of business because that like directly affects my leveling and stuff, and that's what really pissed me off. So, nah, that's no business. Helping out Ben Hart, personal. Haven't played since Elden Ring released, but I'll pop in a bit. Sif made you understand that yes, you are the baddie. I don't think so. I'm just a simple man making my way through Lordran. This big ass dog with his master sword's in my way, dude. I don't really think the Souls series has a whole lot of like really good and bad guys. It's just too ambiguous. You kinda,
Honestly, I feel like Priscilla is like she's not a bad guy. She's not the good guy, but she's definitely someone who got caught up in the bullshit.
simp. Yeah, I mean that's everybody. Unless you're Gwyn or like Gwyn, then everybody's caught up in the BS. Unless you are Gwyn or like the darkness itself, everybody is just kind of caught up in a bunch of
Oh,
malarkey.
that poison me!
He is, dude. That's the base cannon, and you just got
Roll.
uppercutted. You got outdone by a giant dad build in Dark Souls 3.
You know what? That's okay.
I forgot that perseverance is useless against the dark sword. You are powerless here. Let's bring in... No, we're gonna be fair. We're gonna be fair. Who... I don't think this guy's been here in a minute, I think. Killing the friendly crow is not business. No. The friendly crow does not offer, like, anything, like... It purely is an emotional toll on the player, so that's not business. You kill the friendly crow, it's gotta be personal, because you don't have to fight it. It just sits there. It's like some of its flock might slowly meander after you. You don't even have to kill them. They don't give you enough blood echoes to do anything. There's more pressing enemies that are going to be charging you. Like, if you kill the friendly crow, it's purely personal, and I take that personally.
This kid made me leave the game when I did it.
I don't take kindly to people that don't take kindly to the friendly crow in Bloodborne. That's the way to do it, big manly men slapping meat. Is great mace like mace with pierce, or does it have a different weapon art? I don't know. My Dark Souls 3 knowledge is pretty spotty. I never really used the maces. Pros of Bloodborne can get fucked. Killing the birds has no point unless you really want to farm pebbles for some reason. This kid kicked me out of his world when I killed the alien baby in Irithyll. That's also gotta be like a personal vendetta against him for being ugly. Because he just sits there. Like, in Dark Souls 3, there are so few friendly enemies that just kind of like chill. I don't like killing them. I like savoring the moment where I think about what could have been. In a perfect world where I could have offered them a chocolate milk. I didn't even know about the friendly crow until it came up in the skid stream. Yeah, one of the big golem creatures down Irithyll dungeon, the one that's like trying to crawl up a wall or something, will just sit and stare at you. He won't actually fight you. One of Seat's failed homunculi projects. Maria commented earlier she has posted a new song. Maria was in the first stream that we did. This is the second one now. I don't know if she came back. Because, oh, and fucking Giant Dad just got punched in the face, Jesus. The Haid Knights are chill, except in Scholar of the First Sin. Yeah, the Haid Knights are pretty alright. I just don't think they could be fucked fighting you. They're like, dude. Like, you can look at them, they're just like, dude, I'm so tired. The Haid Knights, like, they fight like they're tired, too. The way they just run up and kind of swing back and forth. Now, it hits really hard, and it's effective, but... man, they look tired doing it. That's the Haid Knight's whole thing. It's like, dude, I would totally kick your ass. Like, imagine a Haid Knight who wasn't stuck full of arrows and wasn't, like, winded. Imagine how much ass they must have kicked before they got all dilapidated. Feels bad, Dad should have had that. Busting out the metas. DS2 had some bangers for armor. I think, like, for my money, Dark Souls 2 had the best fashion out of the entire series because so many armors went with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, so many of the medals were similar and they just all, like, looked like they just fit together. Dark Souls 3 started moving away with that, and they had, like, a lot of different armor shades, so you kind of had to, like, work harder to, like, get stuff to match up. It was still, like, workable, but it was a little more difficult, and then they had Elden Ring, where it's really hard to get mix and matched armor because everything has a really unique shade to it. So you could have like a bronze helmet and bronze armor, but it's a slightly different color where it looks a little more gold than bronze. It doesn't look right. But Dark Souls 2, I think, was peak. It had like a lot of options, which Dark Souls 1 didn't really have. Had a ton of options, it all like matched up. A lot of it was functional. I will say too though, Dark Souls 2 also had slut souls. You guys know who you are, the ones dressing up like Zuli and the Desert Sorceresses.
Yeah.
All they need is offer For Honor style color palettes and dyes. You can also edit your materials in For Honor. You are not going to win that trade with your Gunder Halberd, Mike. Believe he has given up. Yay! Come here, boy. Come to me. Get back here. Your life is full. He wanted to try and force me and that other guy off. There's Max again. Moonbox. Alright. What the hell is happening? Oh, Mike looked up at me. I assumed that meant, like, he wanted to be plunge attacked and put out of his misery for over fighting a poise user. And the second I pulled out the blade and Death was actually, like, staring him in the face, he decided to keep fighting, but that was too committed. Happy belated Papa Snail Trail. Well, thank you for whatever you're wishing happy for, Roland. Can't go wrong with the Vulgar Knight set with the Blackguard's helm. That's right, the Vulgar Militia armor. Not like the actual in-game Vulgar Militia, but my little PvP faction, the Vulgar Militia.
The down and dirty militiamen.
The down and dirty militiamen wearing that stupid iron helmet and the stupid Vulgar Militiaman stuff.
And using the most cancerous bullshit we could find.
That was fun. That was one thing I'll say about Elden Ring, ganking as our own little faction with the curse proc. It was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sucks the only army you see in Elden Ring PvP is to hit poise break, that or light rolling. I think Roland is wishing you a happy belated birthday. Well, thank you, Roland. I do appreciate it. If I ever make like an alt, I'm just gonna call myself Roland. It's such a cool name. It's nice and simple too. Especially since, what was it that someone called me the other day when they were talking about my aesthetic in video games? Wasn't it like Pirate Captain Roland Cowboy or something?
Like Cowboy Ronin or something like that.
That's my whole aesthetic in any video game is Cowboy Roland. I know it kind of looks a little edgy, but I try very hard not to play too much into the, you know... I'm a wandering swordsman. I don't have time for women. I only have time for the blade. Yeah. Mike's been recent. I don't think Isaac's been in here in a hot minute. Vulgar Militia Tower Defense was funny. Oh yeah, that building out in the middle of the
The Castle
swamp.
Defender.
Yeah, the Castle Defenders out in Rail Lucaria. That was one of the last videos I made with Yeet before he split from the friend group. That was a very fun video to make.
Oh yeah.
I think that might actually be the most fun I ever had in Elden Ring, was the Castle Defense. Using jar
That or
cans
being
to
the,
keep people off that building.
either that or being the Jarman of Caleb.
The Jarman of Caleb is really stupid, but I've had fun like that. I think everybody at some point in time has gotten naked in a Souls video game and just chased people as a group. But the Castle Defenders was a little bit different because of, you know, it's a hard building to do a skill jump on top of, and there's also the jar cannon boogaloo. It was fun. It was a good time.
Oh, and anytime they were close enough, I could just start raining lightning on them, and it splashed everywhere.
Me and my friends were at 3-man anti-gank squad for all the updates. I got my name from Titanfall 2, the Gunpowder Ronin. There you go, that's a good one. Gunpowder Ronin. A Ronin was in old Japanese times a masterless samurai or warrior. Usually it was because like his lord had died in like a fight, and instead of committing seppuku or whatever, he has decided to just keep on trucking along. Usually they became mercenaries or bodyguards or something. That's what a Ronin is. It's a word in two parts that means like wave man, so like I don't know how to explain it in like good in English terms, but a wanderer basically. That's about the best. That's about the best way I could put it. Also, that was a really close fight. I wish I'd commented it better. Came down to the wire. He got him with an L1R1 poke behind his shield. Woo! That was ballsy.
Michael has summoned me for a duel.
The Gunpowder Ronin. A man doing Clint Eastwood's famous hat. I think if I was gonna get any hat from Clint Eastwood, I would get the hat that he wore in The Outlaw, Josie Wales. That's my favorite Clint Eastwood movie. I know he's got like all of like the Dollars series, you know, a few dollars more, you know, the good, the bad, and all that stuff. I know he's got those. He's got a Dirty Harry, you know, Gran Torino. Like he's got a bunch of great movies, but my favorite Clint Eastwood movie is Josie Wales. It will always be. Love that movie. The wettest straw in the West. Perseverance isn't working. Some Ronin had to sell their tiles to keep their families alive. For whatever reason, they had fallen from grace and just did their thing.
Politics.
If any of you guys watch my For Honor content, the character Aramusha means like wild warrior in Japanese, but originally he was going to be called Ronin. The funny thing about Musha is like it means warrior, but it's also like kind of like a sound effect that they use to like describe eating. And so sometimes you can say Aramusha, and if someone, because I've had people that are Japanese watch me before, it sounds like wild munching, basically. I like with all the Japanese-inspired media that I play when like an actual Japanese person comes into my stream and starts talking about stuff. It's really fascinating. I've learned most of this stuff because I got really big into sumo wrestling, and watching like tins, if not maybe like I would say several days worth of sumo tournaments. You pick up some Japanese along the way, dude. I'd say the most difficult thing about like watching sumo tournaments when I first started was like, because it's all natural for them, you know, it's their language, is the sumo wrestlers' fucking names, because they all have like, their name means something. It's like a stage name. So like Fuji is like sunrise over Mount Fuji, but they say it so fucking fast, dude. The worst one was Wakataka Kage.
Yeah.
Dude, I think they do it on purpose. Him and Wakahara Moto, they like blow through their names so fast. Like they're trying to just get his name out of the way so they can keep talking about what they're talking about. So instead of Wakataka Kage, you hear like you're like, what? What'd he say?
I think he said Waxahachie.
Waxahachie. I mean, being from Florida, it's fucking yeah. Sumo. I actually the next sumo tournament. If any of you guys would like to get into watching sumo, I know it's a hard thing for people over here in the West or whatever to get into. But if you'd like to get into it, the next tournament is in like a week and a couple days. And my boy Teruno Fuji, the Yokozuna, is coming back. I've got his signature right there. I've got him and Hakaho Show's signatures over my door. I'm so fucking hyped for Teruno Fuji coming back, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Fucking great.
Dude, it's gonna... My sleep schedule will not recover staying up that late to watch those live, but it's alright.
Yeah. Because the only way we're going to be able to watch it is that Leo Dixon's game.
Dude, it's fucking... I could talk about sumo for a while, but I won't clog up,
Well, one of our least favorite wrestlers retired.
Yeah, I mean, like...
I mean, he was good, but he was just boring to watch.
Yeah, I just, like... The guy's name was Achina Joe, and he retired because he had really bad... he had really bad back pain.
Which means the sport is very demanding on their bodies.
I think I missed some chat. GG Max, he beat me. Oh, crap. I think my chat thing went off. Crap. Give me a second.
Oops.
My presence alone sparked a detailed conversation about the word Ronin. I started talking about it. My bad.
This kid went off on a tangent.
I will do that. Love my mace. My presence alone. It's a good one. Aramusha players can be so frustrating to play against. Aramusha, if the guy knows what he's doing, even really top tier like tournament players have a hard time because you can't react to his deadly feints or his Amai. They're both unreactable offense, and on top of that, he has so many safe attacks because of blade blockade. So you're not alone. Aramusha just can be very frustrating just as he is. He's not like S tier by any means, but he is very strong. He is up there. He is really good to use in fours and in duels. I think he's a little bit stronger in fours, but he's good. Maybe I should switch up. I thought James was the Cancer Master, so what does Yama mean? That means mountain. I think it means mountain. Any of you guys like Turbo Weebs want to look it up? Just fact check the skid man. I'm going to Japan next year, so I need to know these things. Worth if you enjoy sumo that much? I fucking love sumo, dude. I like it's as much of a sport as it is like a Shinto like ritual. That's why they have all of like the stomping and stare downs and the salt throwing. And there's a lot of camaraderie and like respect between the competitors. They're meant to be like really stoic. That's why you don't see like sumo wrestlers like hitting the dab after they win. Unless you're Hakaho Show. Hakaho did not care towards the end of his career. There's a really famous... His very last fight against Teruno Fuji, he like pulled a Muhammad Ali and like clenched his fist and was like, yeah! Because I think he probably knew it was his last one because he had a lot of like media heat against him. But unless you're literally the greatest sumo wrestler to ever live, you can't do that.
He just didn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah!
It's such a good picture too, dude. I would get it as a poster, like in black and white or something. That'd be sick. My favorite sumo wrestlers right now, they're called Rikishi, is I like Teruno Fuji, of course, because he's the big boy. I like Takakeisho, even if he is pretty plain. Same thing with Daisho. They're both really plain, but I like both of them. They're just little cannonballs of men. Wakataka Kage and Hashoryu are both really good technicians. They bring like a lot of like judo and stuff into their sumo, so
I
they're
can't remember what's the guy from Georgia's name.
oh give me a second, I'll think of it. Oh, that's gonna bug me. If you hadn't asked me, I would have gotten to him. Oh, dude, that's gonna bother me. Yeah, Hashoryu and Wakataka Kage and his brother Waka Haramoto are all like really technical. Indo can be. Sometimes Indo. Tashinishin, that's his name.
Yeah, he's like a big fan favorite, and he is one of my favorites. It's just
He's too
his
old.
age is starting to show.
Indo is like Indo is like the most plain sumo wrestler you've ever seen. No special moves until like out of nowhere he'll pull like an RKO on the other guy. Like he just becomes like he's embodied with the spirit of sumo for a second. You just never know. Inho is pretty good. He's down the Juryo division. I think Tashinishin is also down in Juryo. If any of you have ever seen like a white sumo wrestler in recent years, that's probably Tashinishin. Who else? I know we're forgetting people. Joe's gone, so that's kind of weird. Oh, good old Takayasu, or we like to call him Papa Yasu, Big Papa Bear. I love Takayasu. He reminds me of my grandpa. He looks like him. He's really good. He's just a powerhouse. There ain't no two ways about it. He's just a really strong guy. You guys gotta, like, in chat, you guys have got to stop me when I start talking about sumo. You gotta stop me. You gotta say, Skid! Skid! You're talking about sumo again, Skid! I know no one cares about my sumo favorites and stuff. Me and Gort are going there next year to Tokyo, and we're gonna see, I think the March tournament's what we're gonna try and make. Let's see. Aramusha players are super easy to bait into punishes, though, because a lot of them get so locked onto their combos they will auto-react to some attacks. Auto-react to some attacks on Black Prior or Warden. Warden is also a really good duelist, though, and Black Prior can be. The best thing to do with Aramusha players usually is try and bait out that dodge attack. He's more punishable, I will say, than like Ephira or... Yeah, Ephira. Yeah, Pirate, Shinobi. Shinobi's also not that bad. Pirate's annoying because she has an Pirate and Ephira are both annoying because they both have an unblockable opener that you can't punish with a GB, and Ephira can also go into her role so you can't punish it with a GB. And she can fucking get an attack off of it. She just feeds into another bash. It's super annoying. I'm talking about her neutral feightable bash that confirms the heavy. That's what I'm talking about on the fear. Pirates isn't quite as bad, but it's still pretty annoying. Her dodge forward unblockable, that she can follow up with a light or a gun blast. See, we have Max with his modified Gatekeeper still? Yes. He has switched off to Creighton's axe, I think. And he's had the balls parried off of him.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, that hurt.
Why? Sumo shit's dope. I hope my download finishes fast enough for me to hop into some matches. I enjoy the sumo stories. Put me in skids. I also enjoy the sumo talk. I love sumo wrestling. The wrestlers are always like... I like watching the interviews with the Rikishi as well. They're always just such nice dudes. The big thing with, like, the massive news for this next tournament, the May tournament, is, of course, Toronto Fuji coming back, and he seems like he's really happy to be back. Like, I've watched some of, like, the practice bouts that they've been doing, and he is just all smiles, dude. He's so glad to be back doing sumo. Don't know if Taka Keisho is coming back. He had a knee injury. Wakataka Kage is going to be out for a year. That's crazy. Hashoryu should be fully recovered from his ankle issues that he was having. I imagine he's going to be back in top form. We'll see if Takayasu can actually like stick with a tournament for once. Takayasu has a bad habit of doing really good in the early days of the tournament and just completely dropping the ball, just fumbling the bag towards the end. Daisho is one to watch. He had some really good momentum last time. Shodai is another one. Shodai is still not Ozeki, because Shodai gets like the pressure of being an Ozeki really gets to him. Ozeki is the second highest rank behind Yokozuna, for those of you that don't know. The pressure gets to him and he doesn't wrestle as well. But when he is at like Sekawake level or whatever, he's a monster. Fucking Lord Shodai, dude. He is a nut. He is an absolute crazy competitor. You can see it too, like he just kind of shows up, he's just doing this thing. You can see the moment he gets slapped across the face a little too hard or something, or someone does something that annoys him, you see his eyes like, you've activated Shodai. Madara Fuji, the biggest little man in sumo, he did really good last tournament. He skyrocketed in rank. I think he's like Magashira 4 now or something. Madara Fuji did. I thought he was going to get it. Honest to God, up until the reason the Madara Fuji did so well is because for the whole first like 3/4 of the tournament, he fought really. I'm not gonna say easy Rikishi because they are like the top sumo wrestlers in the world, you know. But he fought like mostly low rank guys, you know. They saved all the more difficult high rank guys for him at the end, and that's when he really struggled versus his rival Hashoryu, Wakataka Kage, Daisho, Wakahara Moto, those kind of guys. Those are the ones that he really struggled against, and that's what cost him the tournament in the end. Ooh. I really, like, in my heart of hearts, I wish my boy Hakoda Fuji would just have a breakout tournament win, but I know he won't. He's not that good. He's just really tough. He can really take a beating. He outlasts his opponents, so he's never going to win a tournament like that, but a man can dream. Jesus. Mike just whooped up on Large Father. I would really like to see Tretsuyoshi come back. I'm a salt throwing boy, but that's probably not going to happen. Sumo stuff is cool, sounds super interesting to watch. A lot of people can't get past, like, that they wear the mawashi, like the little, like, I guess we'd call them a diaper, you know? A lot of people can't get past that, but there is a lot of technique and skill that goes into sumo. There's so many different, and they all have different styles. Like, if you watch, like, Abi versus, Hashoryu, it's gonna be a completely different match than, say, Terunofuji versus Shodai. Because if you watch Terunofuji versus Shodai, it's going to be a battle of the giants. These two massive, like, I think Terunofuji is like 6'4", like 400 pounds. Shodai's a big guy too. And it's just going to be them throwing their weight around, trying to grapple, and, you know, work their way into like a really powerful, like a suplex or something. But then if you watch like Abi versus Hoshoryu, Abi is really only good at pushing guys. He has like really long arms, and he does like this weird slapping technique to keep the other guys like head backwards and off balance, and he pushes them out. It's the only thing he can do, but he's really good at it. Meanwhile, Hashoryu is like a judo specialist, but he can do other stuff. And so it's like, what's going to win out? Abi's like really like his signature pushing style and his size, or Hashoryu and his judo stuff. You know, you never know. Or like, you watch Takakeisho versus Daisho, and it's like two cannonballs hitting each other. Yeah, you never know. And every match is different. I love sumo. I gotta stop talking about it so much. Skid, drop me in next, please. Alright. Weren't the ring night weapons banned? They are, but I'm talking about sumo, and so I'm bound not to know this stuff. Here we have two meta spears going back and forth at it. The sumo diaper's tradition seems essential to the sport just as much as ice skates are for hockey. You were true. You were true in that statement, my friend. The mawashi is absolutely essential for how sumo works because of all the belt grabs and stuff. Because some of the really technical guys, for instance, Fuji, I keep talking about him because he's my favorite, but a lot of his stuff comes from around grabbing that belt and like grappling the other guy with it. A lot of strategy comes out of the mawashi. A lot of people think it's just like one thing. It's actually like 5 or 6 layers of fabric, so it's really hard for them to come undone. As a matter of fact, if a mawashi does come undone in the ring, you automatically lose the bout. We've only seen that almost happen once. It almost happened, I can't remember who it was wrestling, but it didn't completely explode, and so the ref like ran up and fixed it mid-fight. I think it's Gyoji. Yeah, Gyoji. The ring is the doyo. The referee is the Gyoji, and the wrestlers are Rikishi. So yeah, the sumo diaper, like I said, it's extremely steeped in tradition, and you have to have it. Like that's just it's as much a part of a sumo as anything. A lot of times, the color of the mawashi also has a lot of significance. Like, Hakaho almost always had a black one, but then like to honor some other Yokozuna whose name I have forgotten, he wore a gold one for a little while. It's a pretty big deal when they change color. It's pretty big. Let's see, what we got? We have Mike coming in with the Black Knight Ultra, and Meta with the Farron sword. I don't know why I brain farted on that one. I was definitely, it was dumb to charge that far with the weapon art. I talk about him a lot because he's my favorite. I imagine Skids blushed like a cute little pose and kicked the dirt while he said that. He like played with his hair like a teenage girl. Dude, what kind of like fantasies are you having about me? I'm not a prop for your sexual fantasies, dude. Like, I might have messed with my hair.
Sus.
I might have messed with my hair because I have long hair when I said it. And I might have laughed. But I did not kick my feet in the air and or do a cute pose or whatever. You forget about that. Not me. Not me, dude. He's just my favorite. I love Fuji. His comeback, like, Fuji's comeback story in sumo wrestling is nuts. He really pulled himself out like the doldrums, the lowest spot. Like, I forget how many dozens of ranks he dropped when he got hurt one time. He managed to like completely come back, not only from that injury and from losing his ranks to making Yokozuna. It's really inspiring. Like, it's pretty nuts.
He is the man.
Ronan Ronan is having some weird some sus thoughts about Skidman. Remember the week where Gargoyle Flame Spear was the best weapon in the game because of the Go-Go Gadget Extendo Reach, then it was nerfed. Gargoyle Flame Spear is still pretty solid. I think I said it wrong. Gargoyle. The Gargoyle Flame Spear is pretty good. Still, it's not as good as it was before From Software did what they do and fucked it, but hey. Skids do play hopscotch much, and I was always more of a jump rope man myself. Ow! God damn it! I was a collateral casualty in that man's Magimancy. Ooh. Eesh. Turn this off, turn that off, there we go. But yeah, dude, I was about to fucking, like, stop, drop, and roll, like, get under my desk like they taught me in school. I saw that magic coming in hot. Even Santa
Tactical
uses
nuke
it.
incoming.
Dude, I'm, like, gun shy. This guy has, like, blasted me with his magic. Like a 4-year-old child at an MLB game, I'm just a fucking target for projectiles. Oh, he hit the fucking fountain with one of them. And Mike is down, laid low by a mage. He's not gonna be happy about that one. Dimas said fart. Yeah, Dimma, do you see what Roland said above? This man's being sus. Suspect. Who to bring in next? Let's look at him. I can't do shit with daggers. Did I see what? So I like called myself out a little bit until I was talking about sumo stuff, and I realized I was talking a lot about Toronto Fuji. So I talk about him a lot because he's my favorite. And the guy said, I imagine Skids blushed and did like a cute little pose and like kicked the dirt while he said that, and played with his hair like a teenage girl. That's what he said. I think you might need to fight for my honor. Show up at his house and beat him for me. I'm surprised Dim isn't a mod. Someone definitely drew you as a loli. Yeah, Ronan said that something about being in art class. That's 100% what he's doing. I'm also gonna do this. There we go. So now Dimma can lay the fucking law down on any of you if he needs to. People are down bad tonight. Dude, I'm telling you. Even after all these years, Skidman still got it. Drawing horny gamers out of their holes. I like the disco ball magic. I hate that's. Oh my god! I hate that's not very good, but. I need to get farther away, I think. Oh. So we have ourselves a mage versus someone with poop. A poop-covered great lance and a regular old sword and board with Tears of Denial. Ooh. Horny gamers.
Very cool.
If I was gonna draw a skid, I would draw him as a big old prairie dog on the prowl. That's nice. To be a prairie dog out on the lonesome, well, prairie. Living life, digging up roots. Not having Dark Souls gamers trying to seduce me.
You're gonna get a DM on Twitter.
I am. I'm gonna look after the stream. I'm have a DM on Twitter. Great, now I have to abuse my powers. Thanks, Luca. It's the deep state, Duma. Are those things still shoot at him? No, they disappeared. Is the password wet 69? Yes, absolutely, because we're extremely mature. Luca, aka Jake Sully. Jake Sully 1056, dude. Wouldn't that be the craziest twist of fate, is to find out that Luca is actually Casey in disguise?
It would be a mindfuck for Midge.
He would be. Enjoying the brigand life, sipping on moonshine, snacking on rats. Meta with God fucking damn it, the passive fucking chode. GG, there's so much nefarious wizardry occurring in this place of conflict. On my way, gentlemen. I haven't played in a bit, so cut me some slack.
No.
If I wanted to spend 4 minutes running back and forth for an opening, I'd not be in this fight club and just go to the arena. Dimas said that'd fuck me up, not gonna lie. That'd be nuts. And then Luca doing the only thing a furry can do in the face of adversity. He woos. D-Slayer armor reporting for duty. If Mike summons me again, I'm straight up going to his house and killing him. I'd like to see you try that. Mike's like a grizzled...
Shot a mile away.
Yeah, he's a grizzled old farmer on like his own plot of land with a bunch of fucking farm animals and stuff. I would like to see some like furry from Kentucky try to raid his farm, dude. I hear about it on the news. Teenager fed the chickens at South Dakota farming incident. Reports say he killed him in 2016 title, Dark Souls 3. God, that'd be fucking awesome. The killer, Michael Jordan, or one Michael Jordan reports, his last words were, "This is absolutely not zaced and florg-pilled," before being mutilated by several hens.
And one very angry cock.
Arena's full of actual zombies. Don't blow my cover, Dima. I hate Murky, however I love when I pair someone with it and they disconnect instantly. Disconnecting in Dark Souls 3 in 2023.
What year is it?
I know. I think I just went into a time warp. We got Mace Boy v Axeman. The Axe guy is definitely scary, but when the fight gets down to like this, where it's just a few health deciding the outcome of it, I'd switch off to something smaller, but that works. I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to jump in, like, when you have wake-up hyper armor, but that works. Oregon, but yes. I don't care if I have to dig through fields of garlic and onions, I will have his bony head. How Tim said tooth chased from my age. Imagine those being the words on your tombstone. This is what it's like to be, that's what it'd be like to be meta. Too chased from my age, dude, oh my god. When did you change your profile picture away from Ornstein, by the way? I don't know.
A couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago. It's been a couple different things. It was like the Drifter from D2. And I made it... I think it's Jigen, isn't it? Isn't it currently Jigen from Castle of Cagliostro?
Should be.
That doesn't help me.
Yes, it is. I had to look.
Yeah, I made Jigen. I don't know, I got tired of getting... I got tired of being called a furry. Because most people didn't even realize it was Ornstein. And, of course, you know, I don't, like, use my Ornstein for anything anymore, because now I'm basically a small-time For Honor YouTuber, and that's about it. Sometimes I'll make Let's Plays of stuff, so... Ooh, that was bold, the mid-fight buff. But yeah, I don't know, I got tired of being called a furry, and it didn't really make sense to still have an Ornstein profile picture, so I just made it a character that I thought was nice. Nice looking picture. Sticks just keeps us thinking good. Years, bro? How long have I been away from your channel? Probably years. Slaber said, I have arrived. This man is excited. I have arrived! Woo, yeah, baby! Whoa! Okay, I think I matched his energy pretty good. I used to dance under the name Mid-Fight Buff. I don't think you've ever danced before in your life, Loga. I think it's all front. Whoa. Grissom.
Cram.
You can't roll your R's either, can you?
Nope.
You know what? Did I roll mine right there?
Uh,
A little bit.
yeah, more than I did.
That's
Mine
good
was more just
because
a
I
flim.
also can't roll my R's because of the way my tongue is split. I have like a snake tongue. I didn't get it done that way. I was born with it, and it makes it where I can't really roll R's very well because my tongue goes in two different directions.
I can't roll my R's because I fucked up my tongue. I almost bit it in half. So the thing underneath that keeps you from sticking your tongue out too far or swallowing it, it's gone.
Bro, I haven't been to your channel in 6 fucking years. That can't be right. It feels like it's only been a couple months since I saw the meat and potatoes great sword video. I don't even know which that is, but yeah. Been a minute. I remember you popping in here, I think. Because I think you've had that profile picture for a long time. Gresham's just a man. No strategy besides swinging. Just completely caught Isaac off guard. We'll see if he can capitalize on it, because now Isaac's ready for it. Ooh, Isaac's bringing it back. One step at a time. Oh, I think Isaac's probably the more lucky one that he didn't get caught. And then the basic ultra great sword, just booty ass recovery frames, got him. Which is the meat and potatoes great sword though? I can roll my R's, my tongue has many talents. I don't believe that either. I ain't buying into this. I see large fathers getting antsy, so I'll get him. Gundry Halberd will never not be on my shit list. I popped in the other day, I think I went to work. That's probably about it. Gale's Greatsword. Oh yeah, dude, that's been a long time ago. Yeah, it's probably been about 6 years ago. Long time ago. I made that when the Ring City came out, I think. Like right when it came out. What's a good counter for huge weapons? Long pokey weapons or ranged attacks. Or bigger huge weapons. Slaber is Hawkwood. Yeah, I figured. I can only ever roll my R's by complete accident. If you hear me roll an R, I like a lot of times I'll go for it and it doesn't work, but every once in a while my tongue like cooperates with me and I can do it. So if any of you have ever heard me roll an R, just know it was like a 25, maybe even less than that, maybe like a 20% chance of it succeeding. I remember that Gale's sword vividly, too, because it made me absolutely fall in love with the sword. To the day it's still my main DS3 character's weapon. There's a lot of tech to that sword. It's good. I think Largefather came in here and got parried by a Hawkwood cosplayer. I think he just, I think he freshly downloaded the game just to join this. He's out here just fucking kicking turd. The Parry King got parried. It's like when Fighter PL gets parried in his videos, but he won't show it when he dies. I've seen him live get parried, and he was not happy about it.
I've parried him.
I bet that didn't make it into a montage.
Nope.
That was a good trade for Gresham. Oh, and there it is. Large father got circumcised. I'm talking like the tail end of that sword must have hit him. Fighter is an interesting critter. He is definitely something.
He's a chode loader.
Yeah, that's a word for it. He is a he is a troll that goes after salt that cannot handle being salted. Like when he gets mad, he gets real mad. Like he freaks out, starts making death threats and yada yada. Like he gets belligerent. He goes off the walls angry. Live too. like live or in his Discord server, he will just go nuts. It's ridiculous. No, father, go Hawkwood, go. Father's just another DS3 competitive Mongoloid. The thing is, though, is like he was never really good enough to make it an actual competitive PvP. He was just good enough to absolutely turd all over brand new players and make montages of it. I never saw many of my tournaments that I ran. I used to be a tournament player. I never saw him. Now Scott Junn, Praise the Sun, those types of guys, Havoc, they walk the walk and they talk the talk. They were all good. But Fighter, not so much. He'd probably beat me now. I'm sure he would. But not back in my heyday, dude.
Back in my heyday, he wasn't that great either. My day, Sonny.
Profane.
Yeah, back in my day, Sonny, let me tell you back in 2016, back when I was real good at this here game. Yeah, it was real good as the Wild West days. Back when all you really saw was dark swords, and, well, that's just about it, really. It was simpler times, son, let me tell you. There weren't no Ring City or Ariandel yet, and we were still learning things about Archdragon Pink.
Perry King of the Day. He did threaten to murder a child and his whole family. I remember that.
We all did.
Oop. Fucking King Habu is up here spamming L1 at me. We're gonna get meta. He can fight Gingbu. Gingbu has a silly name, but his fighting style is not silly in the least. I remember a long time ago there was some rumors he was cheating. I remember hearing that he had freaked the fuck out in some private VC like a psychopath. Oh,
Sounds about right.
oh goodness, we look away from DS3, and that's who takes over. What are you talking about, Jimenez, or whatever your name is? I remember when he invaded you in Ots and lost immediately to a random, and he even had the war pick. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry, dude, men, guys, for all of my throat clearing. I've been talking non-stop for the past few hours, and it has taken a toll on my voice, because I typically don't talk this much in real life, like, ever. So it's kind of affecting my voice a little bit. Now, do you guys remember way back when I was playing back when I was like at my height of popularity in DS3, right? And I was doing a charity stream with Hotstarva and lost my sanity, tried to invade us, and he immediately got blasted off of the steps up in Archdragon Peak. I'm talking, he invaded, walked up, and just immediately, drop of a hat, got forced off. It was the funniest shit I had ever seen. I even made like a video, I called it like the pale fail or something. It was like a slow-mo video of him falling off the cliff. Cause he was also the epic dank trolling montage. You were lucky I didn't have a firebomb on me. That's all I got to say is you were lucky I didn't have a firebomb.
Yep. I remember my first encounter with the Pale Man. Me and my roommate, me and my roommate fucking just, we looked at him, we were like, what the fuck's this naked doing? And we just murdered him. I think he was trying to just hit us with the fucking Dragon Slayer weapon art or some shit.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Back in my day, people made the Carthus curved sword.
Yeah, that's a real throwback, yeah.
I like the Carthus curved sword.
Shut up. Switched to Creighton for shits and gigs and lost. I don't know who hasn't been summoned in a minute, so I'm just gonna guess. I despise a lot of DS3 players simply because they forgot what the word fun was in order to acquire the ability to do the shit fart tech that stun locks the opponent with your fucking massive schlong.
Holy shit, Skid. I just got invaded.
Ooh. I remember maining the Dark Sword before its nerf. It was fighter, not lost. And I was lost. I remember the Pale Man. I even made a video called The Pale Fail. Because he got forced off and like fell, and I made it in slow-mo. It was the Pale Man in his stupid little gray rat pants. Jeez, dude. You just blasted ass ham on like on mic. Without any mic monitoring, dude. You think we wouldn't hear that? You think we wouldn't hear you painting the walls, dude? No. Ain't no way. Blueberry wins.
Oh, this invader wants to duel. Okay.
There's an old clip of fire that's probably lost media from him deleting it, but he threw this huge temper tantrum and someone in the background yelled at him and he instantly went quiet. It's probably his wife, dude. He has a wife. I guarantee it was like middle of the night and he started screaming. She went, "Shut the fuck up." He's like, "Oh." He's like this roided out Polish guy or something. Like, I don't even think he's from Poland. I don't remember where he's from.
Finland or something.
It's somewhere overseas because I know he's got some broken ass English. But he looks like he's very short. Like, he's very muscly. I would say almost definitely from roids, but he is very small. I looked in pictures and I'm like, this guy looks like he's 5'3".
Got some tiny dick energy going.
He is very small. There's also Yukos Legion 2 and the infamous. Yeah, I banned him. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good one too. Yeah,
I shot the invader.
I banned him. There's a ninja, shinobi even. The car at the Smiths was a wild time. To be honest, I've never really gone with meta weapons. Okay, dude. Alright, hipster.
Well, actually...
Max just shit his chair again. I can smell that from here, dude. You guys weren't here for when Max shit his being back chair. I remember that one because it wasn't like a regular fart sound. He was sitting in like... I don't even know if I could replicate it, dude. He was sitting in like his bean... I can actually because it's PlayStation, there's no mic monitoring. He was sitting in like his beanbag chair. And most of the time when someone rips that, you can hear like the fart ricochet off the chair, right? He's sitting in a beanbag chair. Instead of that, you just hear like the little like... and then like a sound, just like a thud. I hear him go like, "Oh."
Oh no!
He like rips his headset off. I hear him go waddling off. He straight up like turbo dumped into his beanbag chair. Yeah, I think the only
I
thing...
played Russian roulette with a fart and I lost.
You gambled on a fart. You were supposed to know when to hold him and when to fold him, and you didn't. You didn't learn anything from Kenny Rogers. I think the only thing that might have been worse than like shitting a beanbag chair would be like shitting a waterbed. I think that'd suck.
Oh, that would reverb so loudly.
Lucas said clipped. Apparently Karthus had few attacks that were straight up faster than the average reaction time for human. Did I play For Honor? I don't want to hear about any average reaction times for humans. Average feminist? I think that's Mr. Gelmo. I think Gelmo might be in here.
That is fucking Gelmo. Holy shit, Gelmo. Man, that's
That's an old one.
that's somebody, that's not a name I haven't heard in a very long time.
Remember one-shotting with the Story Great Sword in the ring? Oh yeah, with the unparryable weapon art that it had? I remember that. Go take a shower, dude.
I need to take a shower, dude.
It was a fresh DO to hop on and play, got nostalgic for the times when I joined on your fight clubs here and on the ledge up at Orlando. Yeah, I decided to keep it classic since I don't typically do these. I felt like we'd go back to the basics. and do it down here. Can I murky main? No.
Also, while everybody else is fighting, I had to go on a journey.
I love kicking people in the ass as they jump down into the arena. Let me see.
For some
Yeah,
reason,
no.
I didn't have.
That's 100% Mr. Gelmo. I was right. That's some old esoteric skid channel knowledge I've got. Damn, I'm good. Yeah, so this time we have MJ, the Michael Jordan, the Gundyr main, versus Gelmo, overall neck sweat, using one of my famous builds, the Black Knight Shield Red Hilted Fart Driller. With tears, and it's buffed. That is
He's
yeah, that is stinky. That is a strong thing to have to go up against. Smoke and sexy style.
Gelmo's playing like he hasn't stopped playing this game.
He probably hasn't. He was really into the PvP.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, I think my chat froze too. Gelmo said, "Oh yes, I'm here." What's the night's drink? Mango smoothie.
I'm drinking. No, what the fuck am I drinking? One of those Rise fuels.
Washing pole running R1 made me feel skilled. Katana cancels can be OP, dude. I'm telling you, one of the most frustrating things I've ever dealt with. Oh, and Gelmo got killed with the Thorn Gauntlets. Ooh, I saw that.
Ow.
Katana users that can accurately ravioli step in this game, pretty nasty. It's really hard to parry because the attacks come out so quick.
Is in Kestis banned too? What the fuck's
yeah.
in Ken?
And there's a link to my Discord server. Isaac posted. The Gundyr user is my friend, so you were friends with the good old MJ out there, Nipple King 666 himself, Michael Jordan.
The Chicken Man.
The Chicken Man. You guys are all real good. I would hope that most of the people fighting here would be at least of some skill. Like, if they're still ingesting a Soulsborne creator's content after so many years and enough to join the Fight Club. We do Friday night Fight Clubs all the time. Usually it's been Elden Ring, but I might start doing console DS3 stuff more often if people actually turn up like this. I was doing console stuff on Tuesdays and then regular Fight Clubs on Friday, but I might flip it. I might do Elden Fight Clubs on Tuesday and then these on Friday or something maybe. If people keep turning up. I couldn't get anybody to do a PC DS3 Fight Club the other day when I tried, but a lot of people have actually turned up here on console.
It was just you and me.
It was me and you on PC, and nobody else. Luke, he missed it because he lag bagged on the mayo. Is the Incestus banned? No, the Incestus is not banned. You can use Cestus. Sometimes you just doubt yourself when you parry, sometimes you hesitate after you successfully parry. This is my first time on the Fight Club. I have hosted a lot in my years. Oh, that's different. Oh! The draw!
Good one.
Nice. That was good. Thanks for Discord invite. I got banned again, so I need it for a while. What the fuck? Yeah, I actually don't answer that.
House.
I don't even want to know what you've been up to get banned. No, he gets banned on Discord, his account gets banned, not us. We clean out the Discord server of inactive members pretty often. Well, not pretty often, but that's what we do now. inactive people get purged. So if you're not in my server, that's where that goes. But nah, Gelmo likes to get account banned off of stuff pretty often.
Gotta keep your racism closeted, my dude.
GG and oh my. Oh my.
That was actually really fucking good.
It's best left unsaid. Murky was definitely the death rattle for a lot of people's interest in this game. Some epic fights tonight. Gelmo sends threats to the British Parliament. Probably not too far off. Ooh. Looks like the fight has begun. You know, the fucked up thing too is Max shit in his beanbag chair while we were playing Sea of Thieves of all things. We were fishing in Sea of Thieves. That's why nobody was watching. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We were just doing stuff to be doing it. Gort just sent something incredibly cursed to our group. I'm checking all my Discord stuff. Max relaxed too much. Max is an old man. Haven't fought Murky yet. Where's some good armor sets? I like the Alva set with pretty much anything. For min-maxing, the Sunset armor and Ornstein's mix really well. If you want like a min-maxed armor set, I think it's like the Sunset helmet, Ornstein's chest, the Thorn gauntlets, and the Faram boots is like the best min-max armor set in the game. Large Father has been smushed. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, Baramasa. He's a knight. That's weird. I've actually stepped my game up and I got banned from a company that rents out houses in New York about 4 years ago. Jeez, dude. Like, how long till you get banned from the United Nations? Like, when are we getting on that?
I don't know.
The Shield dude playing on... The Shield dude playing on 30 FPS. I mean, I'm on PS5. So he could be PS4, he could be PS5, I don't know. I've never seen someone land the Demon Fist weapon art that many times in a row. Shield boot. I just want fashion with some defense. I don't know if Ram said. The Sunset stuff. That's what I'm wearing right now. That's pretty good armor. If
From boots go with almost everything.
It depends on like what your fashion is. Though, do you want to look like an edgelord, an honorable knight, a dilapidated booty knight, fucking samurai? Like, oh, Muramasa just got fucking 100 to 0'd by pure R1 spam. Demon Fist is hard on Wake Up. Knight? I would say go with, I would say go with, like, if you want my favorite armor set, I go with Alva, Lothric Knight Chest, Knight Boots, and Knight Gauntlets. The base Knight stuff is also awesome. You can use, the Elite Knight stuff, that's in the game, that looks good. The Faram
helmet goes good with a lot of chest pieces.
Yeah, the Lothric Knight stuff mix and matches pretty well. Cathedral Knight's got like the big chunky look to it.
Cathedral Knight's got the nice bucket helmet.
I've kicked Jesse's ass for the like 4th time tonight. I think he's about to leave. I think he's about to take his leave of this world. Maybe not. No, he's not.
You know what? I'm gonna summon Meta and kick his ass real quick.
You Sam must summon Meta and kick his ass.
Yes.
That's the spirit. Bullying Meta is always of value. Demon's Fist Weapon Art True combos on parries. Ooh. It also combos into itself with proper timing. Guess I've been wasting a ring slot then. There's always some crazy plan in the works in my corner of the world. The Faram helmet also mix and matches with a lot of other sets pretty good. I used to use it for like a Mandalorian outfit. I used the Faram helmet, and the Drake blood for everything else, and it looked really good for like a Mandalorian outfit.
See, my main fashion is Faram helmet, Artorias chest piece, Blair's leggings, and usually Faram gauntlets.
Yeah, because me and Adam Barker did a collaboration video where he was Boba and I was Jango. He wore the Faram helmet and the Drake blood, everything else. For Boba, I was Jango, so I wore the Faram helmet. I think the Silver Knight chest. I don't remember what the arms were, and the boots were the Elite Knight, and I looked like Jango Fett. That was a really stupid video. It had Kazoo playing. The Kazoo Star Wars theme. And the screaming in the back.
I have murdered Meta.
Good. Good. I cannot wait to see him get mad about it. And there goes Mike. That was a real back and forth duel. A turtle with a large weapon versus an ultra user. Sticks on my main, I run. Oh, there he goes. He he completed his thought. I thought that was it. I thought he was just on my main, I run. And I was like, you know, fair enough. I feel that. I feel that in my core.
Yeah, Meta, that was the Frost Keeper. It's kind of nasty, especially if it procs.
Drake Blood Helm, something chest, Black Knight legs. So you like the Black Knight stuff? Meta said, just got comboed like it was Street Fighter. Yeah, that's the Gatekeeper build that I made years ago that Max still runs because it's so easy. A caveman can do it.
You remember that time I killed Midge with it and he got pissed off?
Midge gets mad anytime you beat him in anything. Like, you should have seen Midge that time Dimma beat him in For Honor with Shinobi. He was playing Raider and Dimma was playing Shinobi and just kind of like stood back and lighted him repeatedly. I was hyped though. It was like watching David beat Goliath. It was crazy.
Who summons me?
The way I made him look, it really makes no sense other than the fact to have about a dozen katanas. He tried to make a weeb character and then probably like changed his appearance whenever he realized it was Kring. I don't know.
Strength weapons are where it's at.
I liked my curved great swords. I just thought their moveset was kind of stylish. Oh, not a good trade, Mike. He called your bluff on that stab, and ooh, the face stab. Alright. Alright, busted out some fucking really suspect tech. And Jesse goes down. I can't keep getting away with it. Alright, he's getting his mallet. Like, I don't really know what I would consider to be my best Willy Stroker. I don't really know what I would consider to be my best weapon. Probably the red-hilted halberd or the exile. Or maybe Gale's. I don't know. But, Mike's just got a really good understanding of the Smo hammer. Its range, its mix-ups, what people fall for. He knows his weapon. I'm a big fan of the Old Wolf curved sword. It's really stylish. I don't think its weapon arts is like applicable to as many situations as the Exile, but it's good. I know Exile's also kind of like basic white bitch for weapon selects. It's just strong. Dude, I can remember when PvP Skills made a video, like, and keep in mind this was late Dark Souls 3, but like when the game was still relevant, but it was aging. It was like a year, probably a year, maybe two after the Ring City came out. And he said, underrated PvP build you have to try. And I looked at it, and it's just the Exile Greatsword with, what's the buff that applies, like, a blessing to it, you know, where it turns bright white?
The blessed.
Yep.
Yeah. The Lothric blessed.
It was like the
Also,
Lothric, it was some kind of a blessing that turned the sword completely white, if I remember right. I can't remember.
also, I almost had Large Father, but he fisted me.
I always hate that when I'm winning a battle to the death and my opponent just decides to fist my ass. Gale's blessed weapon. Yeah, there you go. Old PvP skills. Hello there, wonderful people. It is I, PvP skills. There was another guy that sounded like him. It was, hello, wonderful people. It is Sanadeske. I will say that Sanadeske really fell off whenever Zuli got popular. She kind of like completely overwhelmed him in terms of just because she pretty much did everything that he did, but way faster and all by herself with nobody else's help. Isn't Zuli on hiatus right now?
I think she is.
Well, really? What, with the PvP skills thing? Yeah. He made a video about the Blessed Exile build, like, after it had been well known and used pretty widely for years. I remember, I think I, like, commented on it or something. I was like, bro, this is literally an Exile Greatsword with a buff and nothing else. This isn't like some niche, esoteric, secret knowledge you have. Everybody has done this. I think the video's still up, though. I also will not lie to you, me and Frantic also got onto a couple of his, So I remember if you guys, I don't know if you guys remember this, PvP Skills used to have like those top 10 kills of the month or whatever. Kind of like how Sunlight Blade does. And me and Frantic actually like heisted our way onto those videos quite a few times by staging duels.
Mike, you have summoned me. I am going to spank you.
Who did?
Mike.
Oh, you're gonna try to spank him.
I'm going to
Frantic
do
and
a
I
vengeance.
also managed to make it onto Sunlight Blade's top 10s a couple times years ago by staging stuff. We made special characters for it too, like with dumb names that we knew he wouldn't get as like a British guy. Or I'll be honest with you boys, Sunlight Blade's really not a very smart cookie. I think one of the videos we got on, it was kind of like, you guys remember on Sea of Thieves we had a ship called the Rachism? It was like that. It was names like the Rachism. It was, I won't say them on stream because, you know, it's YouTube, but Frantic and I got away with, and they're still up too. Like, you'd have to like really dig through to find them. But Frantic and I would make alt characters and give them the most heinous names, stage a really cool play he wouldn't like to see the password stuff, and we would manage to get some stuff that really shouldn't be up, you know, some stuff that shouldn't be in his video for monetization's sake up. Of course, no one ever reported it, and YouTube doesn't care, but it's just kind of funny. We were a couple little shitheads back then, me and Midge. That's crazy to think that I was like 17 to 18, and Frantic was like 16 back then. Back when he and I, oh, and we had like the Bloodshade Hunters. The Bloodshade Hunters was like a little niche faction of people that me and Frantic were the leaders of. We dressed up in Gothard attire and ganked here in Gank City. And we were basically what the Ouroboros Crusaders were way before he ever made them, like years ahead of them. Oh, Gingbu has been just annihilated.
Oh god, I just remembered a core memory, Skid.
Hmm.
I remember one of the old fight clubs a couple years back at High Wall of Lothric, and I parried every one of fucking Bob's spells, even the fucking lightning arrow.
Hmm. I think I remember that.
Could probably find it.
I like the series of messages. Meta says, God, Mike fucking sucks to fight. Michael Jordan. GG.
He's got his router wrapped in chickens.
His router's wrapped in chickens. I believe it. Oh shit, I remember the clutch spell parries. I was against Bob too. Bob's got the worst internet I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's
And
really
I just went. He threw like some kind of fast sorcery, or a slow one, then a fast one. Then he switched to a lightning arrow, and I kept parrying each one, and he's just like standing there defeated.
You know what to think? I didn't think anybody would turn up to this.
I didn't either. I even when I saw you said that, I was like, well, I'll up my PS Plus for a month.
Yeah, because we did the PC one, like, probably almost a week ago, and no one showed up to the PC one. I know that most of my follower base, like, originally was on console, though, because this is what I played on. So I imagine this is where a lot of the people came from. And big wins to the Gothard boy. Fear has died. I think that was the first match I've summoned them. You were the leader of the Bloodshades? No, the Bloodshade Hunters. Like, we hunted Bloodshades. Bloodshades were led by Peeve Peverson, aka the biggest edgelord in the entire Souls franchise.
Yes.
I did infiltrate the ranks, though. I made a character, his name was Bloodshade Dink. And I used to go in and I would make sure, like, as a Bloodshade, you were supposed to be an Aldrich. But I'd go in as a Red. And at that point in the game's life cycle, the Bloodshades couldn't say no to any kind of help, so they wouldn't kill you for being a Red Bloodshade. And I would betray the crap out of them mid-fight. I would just like Order 66, just turn on them and hit them in the back. Because I just didn't like them. There were also the Frost Shades. If any of you guys ran a Frost Shade build back in this game's heyday, you're a real one. There were probably only like 20 of you guys.
I was a Frost Shade.
There's one.
Also, I just got summoned to the Spirit of the Church.
That's really rare. Lucas said I had faith, and same. Well, you're one of the people that actually has a console and this game, so I would imagine so. You could be the change you want to see. Okay, yeah, there's someone down there. Let's begin to wonder.
But it's taking forever to load me into the fucking boss fight, though, so I'm thinking...
They're probably Alt F4'd. They probably just Alt F4'd, dude. That's what a lot of people do when they realize they're about to fight a person. I think if you gave more notes for the PC, more people would join. I didn't give any notes for this one. This was literally like 6 o'clock this afternoon. Hey guys, I'm thinking about doing a console fight club. That was it, that's all I said. There was no major announcement, no setup to it or anything. I didn't even ping everybody in my server until it had been going for like an hour, because I suck. I have been summoned by Large Father. Let's see what's going on in this fight since chat's been caught up to. We have a 4-pronged plow versus a buffed 4-pronged plow. Speaking of Peeve Peverson, that's the weapon that I killed him with. Me, Frantic, and our friend Shad, who, if you watch today's video, Shad's actually in today's video. He's the guy... Huh?
I killed their summon.
Nice. Shad's the guy... I don't really know how to describe his voice. He kinda talks like this, I guess. That's about the best impression I can give you of Shad. He was in today's For Honor video with me, Midge, and Gort. It was him, Midge, and myself. I was Fatorius. I think Shad was dressed as Fighter PL, and I can't remember who Midge was. And we just ran Peeve down with the, like, I'm talking, like, staggered running R1s for his entire health. It was brutal. I'm glad you boys showed up to the stream though. Like I said, I really didn't think anybody would pop in, and we've had a pretty consistent 16 to 20 some people, which is even more than I usually have on Elden, so it's pretty nuts. Consistent console fight clubs would be great, because DS3 runs an inconsistent 20 FPS on my PC. I was introduced to the PvP scene by Peeve. Did you start playing in Dark Souls 2, by chance? Because that was where he really shined, him and Oro. Oro kept with it more. I think Peeve is just a Twitch variety streamer now. I think. Don't quote me on that, I've not looked him up in years. He seems like the kind of guy that would get caught for, like, some really heinous shit.
I have one. I roll cut the fuck out of him with a straight sword.
You're overclocked after fighting all these Fight Club people.
I know.
Dude, Willie's stroker is just going nuts, dude. Even Gelmo couldn't do anything. That was crazy. I want to test my Dring Spears inlay fight club. Alright.
I think I really was overclocked for that shit because I fucking it was 2 mages.
Alright. All you boys in chat, I have got to go lay a grumpy. I've got to take the shit sing. I will be right back.
It's time for me to take direct control. Actually, I am going to go considering. The skateman has pooped his pants. I have pooped my pants. Thanks, kid. It's coming back. I heard movement. Hmm. Oops. Fuck. Just get shut down so hard by the meditate. Yeah, you can fuck with anything if you know what you're doing, meta. Just the good old Dark Souls adage: get good, scrub. You would not know. I am outside smoking. Oh god, I'm so used to Elden Ring though. I tried to fast travel by touching. Oops. I hope everyone in chat's having a good night.
Yeesh.
Our Lord and Savior has returned.
I'm back. That was a pretty big one, won't lie to you.
A couple pounds later.
I had like a really thick, fudgy sort of consistency, and it was from the end of my middle finger to about halfway up my forearm long. And it's still sitting in there in my brother's toilet because I couldn't get the fish.
Go outside and get a stick.
Nah, dude, I gotta stream. It's because my brother has like this really weird toilet where it won't like automatically put water in itself for some reason. So you have to like turn on the thing at the bottom of the floor to feed water into the back of it for it to flush. And I was like, I ain't got time for all this fucking malarkey.
So you just left the gnarliest grumpy in his toilet.
There's definitely a fudge monkey in there, dude. I will get it before I go to sleep if I remember.
I'll try to remind you, but I'll slip my mind, dude.
This kid making gravy? No, that wasn't gravy. That was solid. I could probably beat a man to death with that thing. Willie Stroker has been backstabbed. Lucas said time for slurs. You are vile.
I ripped ass.
Let's see. You just spawned another hemorrhoid. Hemorrhoids only pop up if you have to force it out. I eat a lot of fibers, so they slide right out of me. That's the problem with being into weightlifting and stuff, is a lot of protein in the diet.
I have swapped over to my Bernhardt, whatever.
It's been hard.
Named my guy Bernhardt.
Let's take about 400 hours in Elden. It's really fun, but DS3 PvP is more fun, I'd say. Lucas, I am vile. It's in the name. He said I meant Max's fart. 400 hours in Elden Ring is just one playthrough. The reason I'm here is that DS2 PvP is easy after 1100 hours. 1100 ain't nothing. I've got that much on my original character just in this game, dude. What are you talking about? 1100 hours.
I had a good 3,000 on my old, before my PlayStation crashed. Then I put in another 3,000 on it.
You know how many hours I have just on DS3 alone? Like across all my characters? Do you remember Max?
Close to like 10.
Is like, I think it was almost 11,000 last I checked. Over 10,500 hours on this game. That's just this one. That's not counting Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring. I've spent a lot of these past couple years of my life making stuff for you guys on these and streaming. It's a lot. 1100. 1100 is like my very first character, Jurgen Gherkin. And then I don't even know how many Juggernaut had. Oop! Can't talk to Max now. Max is DC'd. He's dead. Like, I think I just recently crossed 1,000 hours on For Honor, as a matter of fact. That one's hard.
That was weird. Can you hear me, Skid?
Yes.
It just booted me for the reason.
Willie Stroker has infinite hours. Gelmus, oh my god, I remember Juggernaut in the Arena Brawl duels. Yeah, there's Jurgen Gherkin, PP the Bold, Juggernaut, can't get Max.
Yeah, you won't be able to.
I have DC'd. Yeah, I'm dead. Who else? I've had so many characters. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Whoop. Have you boys in chat watched the new video today? The new For Honor meme? Anybody beheld that yet? You watched it yet, Max?
That's one thing I have not done today.
Coward.
Yeah,
It's
that was a
pretty
good
good.
call.
It's actually the best performing video of my last 10, surprisingly. Oh, Mad decided to barker bomb bait a guy with a curves. I think it's a falch. That's just a regular scimitar. While he didn't have a parry tool equipped. It's like a barker bomb bait, but just letting someone run up and beat the crap out of you. The meta has been curve sorted.
Surprise, surprise.
I just bought a dab rig today. I'm fucked up. It was great. I did. New vid's great. It's fucking funny to hear Frantic with that voice. Yeah, the leprechaun.
Oh god, I remember when that happened.
I'm gonna show you why they call me Gobstop McCunt.
He got fucking skewered by Apollyon. You also looked insanely smooth on the characters used in the video. It's because I'm really good with most of the characters, like... I think the first character in the video is Kinsei. I'm really good with Kinsei. Then I think next up after him is Zanu. I'm really good with Zanu. Then Tiandi. I think the clip that ended the video was me on Warden, but yeah, those are characters I'm pretty experienced with. I've got like 8, 9 reps on Kinsei. I've got like 3 or 4 on Tiandi. I've got about the same on Zanu. Warden, I've got like 6. So I'm not like a main on any of those guys, but I know what I'm doing. I really enjoy new Kinsei, especially in 4s. Kinsei kind of isn't super great in duels because everything he's got is reactable, neutral, except for his bash. That's pretty easy to read. Tiandi's a menace everywhere. Zanu's pretty much a miss everywhere, unless you're facing someone that can light parry, and then you're kinda helpless. It's been like 3 hours, or has it been 4? I think it's probably getting up on 3, maybe 4. Is DS3 PvP better than Elden Ring? Kinda. Oh, Willie Stroker has finally been hit by something. Ooh. It'd be crazy if Jesse had some crazy ass regen build. He got him for his last point of health. Alright. So Willie's doing really good. Who wants a shot at him before I end the stream? Because I'm getting sleepy. I'm gonna give Mike one whether he likes it or not. Anybody else that would like to try and face him before I get too tired? Let me know.
Come slap my son down as long as Giant Dad don't summon me again.
Go mode like a rematch. Then I'll get you after Mike. Yeah, I didn't intend this stream to go this long. I kind of thought, you know, I would like go for like 2 hours. We'd probably just have like 3 people. Did not expect everything, like all of my last couple subscribers to turn out. Some good first damage by Mike. Ooh, the store didn't put on that parry. Mike is really, really fishing for that parry. I don't blame him. It's a good fight so far. Mike's landed the first couple blows, but it doesn't take too much to bring it back with a... Well, I don't think that is. That's a follower's now. He did have a scimitar. That's a follower's saber. Nope, and that is it for Mike. That is a full health bar in one combo. Oh, Willie jumped off of something. Never mind. Man just came in here and stomped out for a while. Alright. Well, that's too bad for you guys that wanted a rematch. I know that with Willie it was basically the weapon playing the player, but yeah. That's how DS3 is. So, I hope you guys had some fun. I'll probably do some more of these since we actually had some people turn out for a change. They will be on console because I learned my lesson. Nobody plays DS3 on PC anymore.
Besides me. You.
But yeah, that's it for this stream. I hope all of you have enjoyed it. I don't know what the next video will be. It could be a one-off thing. Might be more For Honor. I got no idea. But either way, that is it for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And yeah, see ya.
Oh. And had a bully meta one more time.
They're gonna whoop your ass.